Hi, Henry.
Hi.
We heard that you wanted to hear our explanation of this new shape that we created. So what we did is we're going to make a video with 3 different parts. This is the first part, the explanation. The second part is going to be the official 3DM representation of what this is. You can send it to Mike Breen if you want, but we ask that if he buys it, that you give us money. Then we're going to tell you what it actually means, because it's a little bit different than what we're going to say. So, the end of this part 1.
Go.
Hi, Henry.
Hi.
We heard that you wanted to hear our explanation of this new shape that we created. So what we did is we're going to make a video with 3 different parts. This is the first part, the explanation. The second part is going to be the official 3DM representation of what this is. You can send it to Mike Breen if you want, but we ask that if he buys it, that you give us money. Then we're going to tell you what it actually means, because it's a little bit different than what we're going to say. So, the end of this part 1.
Get set, go.
So, what we're doing here is teaching a new shape that we decided to make to kind of explain how to kind of put yourself into a ministry setting. So the first thing you want to do, the first point of the 7-pointed star, is to firmly plant yourself. You want to kind of pick out your spot and just set yourself right in the middle of that one spot. So that's firmly plant is the first step. The second step is to make sure your distribution of weight is correct. You don't want to be too into one part of the ministry and not in the other part. You want to kind of distribute yourself evenly over the entire thing. So you want to get your distribution of weight.
It also draws on the triangle.
It does draw on the triangle, up in and out. So the third one is blood flow. Kind of similar to distribution of weight, you want to make sure that you're getting your vital nutrients and oxygen and everything else to all the different parts of the ministry. You're not cutting off any one part of the ministry through that. So that's your blood flow. The next one is nerves. You want to make sure that you're not really hitting on any vulnerable areas that are too, too fresh. What?
Fresh.
No, not fresh.
You don't want to get those tingly feelings if something is wrong.
Right, the tingly feelings, bad ministry, stay away from that. The next step is you want to make sure everything is socially acceptable. You want there to be a need for your ministry. You don't want to start a ministry for something that there's no social need for. And so you want to make sure that your ministry is very relevant. The next one is flexibility. Flexibility is key in ministries, just because you never know what's going to get thrown at you, and you want to be flexible. You want to be able to react to anything that comes your way. And then the last one is socks. This is going to be a little bit off the wall, but think with me here. When you're sitting down, your socks show, that's a little bit vulnerability that you're showing. Same thing in ministry. You want to be vulnerable, but not too vulnerable. You want to feel how much of your socks you want to show in your ministry. So that's the 7-pointed star. I hope you like it. The end.
Ding.
Hi, Henry, again. So we just taught the 7-pointed star. I'm sure you're riveted by the concept, but we're going to explain to you what it actually means. So kind of a little bit of background. We really just thought the idea was dumb that the octagon really had like a connection. So we decided to see what other kind of dumb shape we could make that kind of explains something that you do naturally, because that's what we think a lot of shapes do. So we came across the idea of how to find a comfortable position to sit. So the first one, firmly plant. That's really a euphemism for put your butt on the ground. That's the first step in finding a comfortable position to sit, is to sit. Distribution of weight, pretty self-explanatory. You want to be distributed. You want to make sure your blood flow is not being cut off to your extremities via femoral artery. It's a key artery. Similarly, the tibial nerve, femoral nerve, you want to make sure those aren't getting cut off either. They're very important in the lower limb, as I've learned in anatomy. Socially acceptable. You don't want to sit in an awkward position. This is the one that I break the most often, I think.
Give an example.
No. Flexibility. I'm not going to be able to sit in some of the positions that some other people are going to be able to sit. So you have to take into consideration your amount of flexibility in your seat position. And then socks. Like I said before, if your socks are showing, you might be a little embarrassed. So be aware of that. And that is the 7-point star.